Yo, what is good? This is the Left Signal Podcast. Okay, that I don't know. I do not support what she just did there, guys. I do not support that. But yo, what is good? You know, people are wondering the Left Signal Podcast. Like,
who is that? Who is this random podcast I'm following? I thought it was Simpleblacktheory.
So, guys, we decided to have a name change for the new year. 2026 is upon us, right? And this is what the podcast is about today. Is we're gonna do a 2026 prediction and a 2025 recap. So I'm really excited for that. But we wanted to change the name of this podcast mainly because we wanted to change the direction and mainly focus on just the left-wing attitude and just trying to change people's attitude towards the world. Just understanding social issues, understanding the black perspective.
Right.
Like, and then I'm just really excited for this podcast. So get ready.
Absolutely.
Where can they hit us up at and stuff like that?
So if you have any questions, concerns, you just want to get something off of your chest, please hit us up at our new email, leftsignalpodcast@gmail.com. Not only this, you could obviously let us know if anything's going on in your area that you want us to highlight. We're always looking for information, so please don't be shy.
Yes, and if you actually want to support us and follow us, make sure you hit us up at all social platforms at Left Signal Podcast. Yeah, I Left Signal Podcast. I'm tripping today. And also, if you want to listen to our podcast anywhere, you can, except for Spotify.
Fuck you, Spotify.
Fuck you, Spotify. Other than that, I'm really excited. 2026 is coming so quick. Like it's within a couple days, in 3 days.
Yeah, basically.
So we actually asked a few of our audience members like they're here live. Right. No, we actually hit up a few of our followers out there, our supporters, and we asked what their predictions are for 2026. So I'm gonna read a few of them, and you're gonna let me know if you think it's viable or not, right?
Okay.
So the first one is World War III will happen.
Not viable.
You know, what's considered World War III? It has to be a whole bunch of big countries coming together.
I feel like if you want to say that the United States may engage in some back and forth with someone, that's definitely a possible avenue.
Venezuela.
Especially with, yes, exactly, Venezuela.
But look, right? So I know. So you know I watch battle rap, and there's this nigga who be like, you know, I call two niggas and they bring two. Two bring two. Two bring four, and the four bring more, right?
I wrap around and wrap around.
Right, I wrap around, you wrap around. So I honestly think like, with Trump, he'll probably mess with Venezuela and Russia and China gonna come together. Mm-hmm. Trump gonna get France and UK. So it could
it's gonna just start becoming
more niggas bring more niggas that bring more niggas.
Literally, yes.
So I agree. I don't think World War III is going to happen, but damn near close.
I think it's definitely, but that's my thing. World War, like, all of the cards would have to be in the right hand. And one thing that I would say differentiates Europe from America right now is that Europe and the UN and a lot of other countries are kind of trying to push away from funding and supporting Israel, and United States is just not on that train.
I mean, you know what? We have to look at, because we can only look at APAC here in America. Yeah. Imagine how, and this is APAC because it's only America in here. But is there like a different type of APAC in UK? Like
that's a good question.
UPAC? Oh no. I don't
UK
UK pack, but they still have to have an I there because it's American Israel, so it would be like the UI pack. Yeah, is there a UI pack?
That's a good question.
Right. So, but okay. So our answer to that is no. We don't think there's going to be a World War III. Trump will perish. Trump will no longer be with us in 2026. Is what people are saying.
I don't think so. I'm sorry, guys. Maybe in the second to last year or last year. But I feel like he is going to like grasp so firmly the hands of life.
You know what? I think he's too arrogant to die.
Like I think he's just like, and that's the thing too, because for some reason, like terrible people just.
Yeah, like he's just like, I feel like he's just like, you know what? I'm not gonna do it because I don't want them to see me do it.
Exactly. And we even got into like a little bit of a conversation earlier about whether or not he chose JD Vance because he was afraid that it could be possibly a threat on his life that would make him think, well, if I put someone who might succeed me and do it well, it would give them all the more reason to get rid of me.
And you see, originally, I wasn't gonna agree with that. But in hindsight, technically, when you are looking for your VP, you are looking for someone who can replace you.
Right.
And this nigga is 79 years old. He's going to be our oldest president. I think, how old is Biden? I don't give a fuck. I think he's like close. I think he's 80 or something like that. But it's just like, I agree that JD Vance is supposed to replace him. I just don't think Donald Trump is like, yeah, I'm gonna be perishing in the next 3 or 4 years. Exactly. No one's thinking that,
and no one likes JD Vance. So like, if something like that were to be, to happen, everyone would be trying to figure out how the fuck we could get rid of him.
Like, you know what? Someone said that somehow by next year, that House Speaker Mike Johnson is gonna be president, and I think it's like the president has to be gone, the vice president.
Why can I low key see that, unfortunately?
Like, bro, I don't know if that. First of all, there's no way you've never seen the president and vice president roam together.
Right.
They don't do that, and that's that reason, because they don't want two people to perish at the same time. So you would rarely see them. And I think the vice president has his own plane too. I'm not too sure. I could be wrong, guys.
That's crazy.
But yeah, that's why I've never seen JD Vance and Donald Trump in this traveling together. They're in the same building, but they're never traveling together. So maybe, and that's pretty smart. It makes sense. All right. Someone said the Dems, and a lot of people said this actually, Dems will flip the House and or Senate. So a lot of people are fishy about the Senate. I can see that.
I can see it too. The blue wave, I think, gave a lot of people a whole bunch of inspiration, and that's all you need.
Yeah, a lot. Another one is Zora Mamdani's going to be a great president. I'm a great president.
President.
Yo, before any right-wingers see this, Mamdani is not a natural-born citizen, so he can't be president. Calm the fuck down. And even if he was, Mamdani for president, gang. But yeah, I agree. The blue wave was freaking crazy this year, and that's something we're gonna talk about in our recap.
Right.
So I'm really excited for that. But do you honestly think the House is gonna be flipped, or even the Senate is gonna be flipped?
So I think it's gonna be definitely a hard race, only because Republicans really know how to rally together when it really fucking matters. But the big thing about it is a lot of people are tired. So I think it's going to actually make a big push for people to actually pay attention during midterms, because typically you vote for the president, you're one and done. You really are not paying attention unless you're someone who's like on the news.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree. So historically, the president usually loses the House. Sometimes the Senate. I'm not too sure if that happened with Biden last time. I think it kind of flipped. I think we had that. We're not Dems. They had the House, and I think they flipped to the Republicans, but they took the Senate. But I do think that it's gonna flip. I honestly do think it's gonna flip. The House is. And the main reason why is because Congress hasn't been doing shit this year. They've been playing around, trying to titty tattle on each other. People quitting out of nowhere. So it's just like, I think that people want a big change, and I think Donald Trump is gonna push a bigger blue wave. So I actually
agree with that. I think people are really getting tired too of this fake transparency that they're now. It's like almost just so blatantly like terrible that you're forced to just advocate for yourself finally, for the people who wanted to just pretend.
Yeah, and I also want to say that Mamdani is going to be looked at with an extreme lens. People are going to pay attention to Mamdani, and his success is going to determine it's not going to be a huge chunk of their success,
right?
But his success is going to be a factor in the Democrats' blue wave for the 2026. If Mamdani is not doing well in his mayoral runs,
that's going to be a point.
Yeah, people are going to be like, well, look what happened when we did have a Dem, and we focused on that. A lot of people are going to say that. So I do think it's going to happen. I believe you think it's going to happen. Mm-hmm. I think Mamdani is going to be a great mayor too, though. So.
I think so as well.
U.S.-Venezuela conflict is going to go crazy. It's going to be it's going to arise even worse.
Now, honestly, I think it's like a game of chicken. Like it's just battle of the egos.
So?
It's battle of the egos. So like Venezuela, you have to think, because Venezuela going against the United States of America, like
big balls. There's big balls.
It definitely is. And like to think that you have a whole nation coming in on you, like people, so many different facets of militia coming at you. Like they're already out there on the fucking tanking ships and shit. Like what is it? Not the tanks, the fucking
tankers.
Yeah, shit. Taking
that's
the
what I'm
shit,
saying though. That's what I'm saying. Like I don't think it's an ego thing, because if it was, then Maduro would have probably done something. He hasn't done anything. The only person that has been doing something has been Donald Trump. When he first attacked the boats, the cartel boats, then he's taking the tankers, and now he's saying the next thing is attacking them directly. I think it's gonna happen within the next 3 months of the first year.
But what's the
of
goal?
The new year.
Like, what is?
Regime change. Remember the person who won the Nobel Peace Prize?
Mm-hmm.
She's a hardcore Trump supporter.
Right.
He wants her there. So and that gives US more opportunities to take stuff.
Right.
Venezuela has a whole bunch of things that we can take, such as oil. Venezuela oil is amazing. So if they get that shit, they get that shit. So and that's why they're really focused. It's for the oil. It's for regime change. And then they also want to remove any ideas of communism or socialism, because I think Maduro does support communism. I'm not too sure if he's really into communism, but I do know that there's some support for it there. So we both agree that there's going to be an escalation. An escalation. Sure. Thank you. That's the word I was looking for again. Next one, the impeachment of Donald Trump. Some people say that he is going to be impeached. Some people say that they're going to try to impeach him, but he's still going to stay in power.
I'm going to go ahead and go with the latter.
I agree.
Honestly, and not even because I feel like he, like as if he, is untouchable, because he's definitely not. I think people are choosing not to pursue him, and it's giving into his big head. But in reality, he will get a reality check. Sorry, because I agree. I think people are not trying to pursue him, like you said, because when they did, they've been attacked. Mm-hmm. We've seen it with Comey. We've seen it with Letitia James. Exactly.
I agree.
He's not afraid. He's already set up basically the foundation to do what he wants to do and get away with it. But at the end of the day, we still have checks and balances. So when people are ready to wake up and do their jobs correctly, then we can look forward to it. But I definitely, for this year, foresee that impeachment is not in the cards.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be a successful impeachment. If they try to impeach him this year and it failed because they didn't have enough votes. So even if they take the House and Senate, you don't think they'll try to impeach him though? Nah, I don't think so.
That's what I'm saying.
Because they would have to win the House and Senate.
And who wants J.D. Vance as the replacement? J.D. Vance?
He'd probably be worse.
Leather couch guy?
No, he'd probably just continue Donald Trump. I don't think he'd be worse. I think he'd be the same.
I don't know, because
he's
I don't
smart
think...
and incompetent at the same time.
But here's the thing, though, because how many people are willing to listen to him?
No, yeah.
Honestly. Like that influence is just not there for
Nick
him.
Fuentes is disrespectful when it comes to JD Vance. If you can't get the Groyper, at least Donald Trump got the Groypers.
Yeah.
Like he got them. Nick Fuentes and the Groypers, I keep forgetting their names, are not messing with JD Vance. So I agree. I don't think there's gonna be impeachment, even if the House and Senate does get taken by the blue wave. Extinction of the human race. I've had a ton of people actually hit me up about this.
That's crazy. Y'all probably all still on that World War III.
Bro, we're not gonna be like that. Who is gonna extinct us? It has to be another species for the human race to be gone.
I think they're assuming that everyone is going to release like their toxins, like what is it? All that bullshit that you're not supposed to have.
Pesticides?
No, you know what, like
pesticide. No, bacteria.
Germany made it. It was parasites. Like the atomic nuclear, like the nuclear weapons. Like I think people are genuinely convinced that if something does spark with like a World War III, then nuclear weapons will be thrown all over the country, and then we will go extinct. I do not foresee that happening for 2026.
Listen, first of all, I hate imperialism.
Right.
And America is the biggest imperialistic country in the world. But that's the reason why no one's going to attack America directly. Like, this is why we have proxy wars. This is why when I think Hezbollah took the lives of 3 Americans in, I think, Syria.
I think so.
They did it in Syria for a reason, because it would be difficult to do it here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So we're not. There's no atomic bomb coming here, gang.
Right.
God damn.
And then even then with the response, it wasn't America doing anything. It was Israel coming in for America to take care of it.
Oh, we're going to talk about Israel, too.
Right. And we definitely are. We definitely are.
Dick Van Dyke dies. That is crazy.
No.
No? The nigga is 100.
He's 100.
Nigga.
There's no reason for him not to surpass 101.
You know what? If you could live through it, but you know what though? How many
dying
times?
At a perfect 100 would be very satisfying though.
Yeah, and I'm like, sometimes I watch the news and they be like, yeah, they died at 100. I'd be like that. But you know what? I heard it that scientifically, if your body is perfect, you could live until 120. So now Dick Van Dyke might have another 20 years on him.
Listen, at this point in the game, like especially with the economy, the environment, the state of like AI and just like overconsumption, everything, hyper fixations, just being so over exasperated with information all the time, I honestly feel like 120 years, even 20 years more, especially at his age, is torture. I think, like, honestly, I'm rooting for him. I think I saw somewhere he said he wasn't afraid of death. Like,
fuck yeah. Hey, I'm rooting for him too. Our prediction, he doesn't die.
Yeah.
Trump on the Epstein list, but nothing happens. A lot of people have been saying this.
That's fair. We've seen a pattern.
You know what?
I think that's
Listen. I agree that nothing happens next year, but he's not gonna be president forever. And the things he did in the Epstein list, he was not president. Unless JD Vance wins and pardon him for federal crimes, but he got state crimes too, so we don't know.
That's true. Listen, oh my gosh.
That's a possibility.
I am honestly hoping that at the end of this, I hope that the House does switch Democrat. I hope there's a Democrat leader after this in the presidency. And I hope, and I hope that they can just truly go after Trump to the best of their abilities with no one standing in the way. Because another thing we're going to be touching on is basically the dismantling of FBI, some of like the groups that would be in charge of investigations, whether it be in corruption with political figures and things like that. Right? And that's why I say Trump has truly laid the foundation to do stuff and get away with it. So when people are ready to get off their asses and do their jobs, we will genuinely have a shot at getting the shit back together.
Right. We're not going to say that voting will fix the problem.
Right.
But if you vote, it will help us and other activists and other people who wants to be out there not be tortured by other politicians.
Absolutely.
So we both agree Trump will be on the Epstein list. Nothing will happen next year. Civil War. You think a civil war will happen? And I'm assuming people are thinking, I don't know if it's black and white civil war. I don't know if they're thinking like left or right, liberal, conservative. And, you know, it makes sense because America will be 250 years next year. And that's big. Bicentennial. Most countries don't do that. Most of them, like, be big. Someone takes over and then goes over and over and over. So we've seen this. So 250 is big. But do you think a civil war happened? I think that's a little far-fetched. I don't think people are ready for that. And
I agree. Here's my thing. People are so passive nowadays. Like,
the internet, though.
And that's what I'm saying. It's like everything happens on the internet. People are lazy as fuck unless it's the internet. Yeah. If it's the internet, you have all fucking day.
Yeah. So I'll say, I think because you know what? It started already. Come on. Think about it. So there already been people being assassinated from left and right. There's people making fun of assassination, whatever. But you feel me? Like, and people are talking mad shit over the internet. I think we're in the middle of a civil war, but we're in a new age. So back then, niggas had civil wars with muskets and shit. Now, Twitter fingers.
Right, literally.
So yes, I think we're in the middle of civil war now. So.
I feel like it would be like kind of like what you said, almost in a proxy war-ish kind of thing where things will happen, but it will not be as a direct result. It will be indirect, like firings that groups may appear. That's what I think.
Yeah, we've seen it this year already. So one of our viewers says that they're going to waste the whole year.
So I would say that's low-key how I feel about this year for me.
Wow, you did a lot this year, actually.
I did a lot, but I feel like I just could have done a lot more. And I think that that's fair to say only because I feel like I could have hit the gas on potential and I was riding at half halfway.
I give you that. I give you that because this year, like, I'm seeing you in certain dynamics, seeing you in certain crowds, and seeing you how you like was so suave with it. Like, I can definitely see that if you were able to put your foot on the gas, you would do tremendous things. So I will agree with you. I do agree.
Thank you, baby.
Yeah, y'all should have seen her and we're gonna talk about the Charlie Kirk debate too.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
she was amazing
Most
on that.
definitely.
But yeah. So, but yo, viewer, you're not gonna waste this next year, and you're not gonna waste next year, and I'm not gonna waste next year.
Speak positively. Like, don't set the expectation. If anything, over expect always. Even if you feel like, oh, I have the possibility of this turning out not the way that I want it.
Well,
like,
you over expect, then you have
because then you can if you actually aim, like over expect to try to overachieve. So even if you underachieve, you're still in a great area. You're not.
You snap. You snap. Aim for the chest because it's bigger. Yeah, I don't know if people understand that. But next one, GTA 6 coming out.
I don't think so.
Listen, I think it's gonna happen.
It was supposed to come out this year, I thought.
Listen, it was delayed, but they did say it was coming out next year. I do think it's gonna happen because niggas need money, and right now these companies are making so much money off of our broke asses. People are doing afterpay. We're gonna talk about that too, though.
That's so true. And regulations are falling apart.
Right, and then recently I've been told that they might even sell it for $100. It might be. It's not guaranteed that like people are saying that GTA has the opportunity to do this, and if GTA does that, then other games are gonna have the opportunity to put. They're just waiting for that game to either be at $100.
That's something else.
That's scary. First of all, I'm not even a gamer.
That is scary.
We don't even game like that.
What?
If we want a game, we can't. And then, mind you, the RAM, I think the computer RAM.
Oh yeah, that's just
500 buckaroonies.
Pushing up thanks to AI because you need so many.
Fuck them. Thank you, Donald Trump. No, it's not just Donald Trump. It's America in general, but we gotta blame somebody.
It is.
Thank you, Donald Trump.
It is, and the problem is he's chasing a re-industrialization period with this artificial intelligence, and that's why you're gonna start seeing so many different AI facilities popping up in areas near you. I think even in Florida alone, there are 2 that are planned to come. One very close to us, and another one still like 2 hours away.
They're using hella water.
They are, and they're by like marshlands or the ocean.
Well, we have that conversation.
Yeah, facts.
You get into it.
Facts.
Ukraine war ends. I cannot see that. Listen, let me tell you how. First of all, my prediction is no. The only way the Ukraine war ends is if Zelensky or anyone who becomes the new leader, if Zelensky steps down. I don't think he's gonna step down though.
Neither.
But I don't think Zelensky is going to oblige to what Russia wants. Russia wants land. Zelensky does not want to give land. So I don't think the Ukraine war is going to end. I don't think so. Unless something big has to happen. Someone either has to lose their life in leadership. Someone in leadership has to change for it to happen. I cannot see Zelensky saying, yes, let's give them our land. Because that's the biggest thing they want.
I agree. And I feel like Zelensky is kind of holding down his footing in a way that the people of Ukraine can actually appreciate. I think that I see a lot of content of the Ukrainians, and if anyone from Ukraine wants to correct me on this, I'd love to have another point of view, but I see a lot of Ukrainians actually being very thankful that they have a leader who is standing 10 toes down, which is something that,
hard. Donald Trump, we've seen leaders fold, and we're not, again, we're not too 100 when it comes to Zelensky. We don't really know everything about him. There is some rumors about him, and there are some investigations going on. But as of right now, I am happy that there's an individual who's not just letting Donald Trump does what he wants. He does pussyfoot sometimes, but he's not letting Ukraine lose everything. And obviously, Ukraine's not gonna allow that anyway. I think they have to vote too. So, Venezuela's president Nicolas Maduro will be captured. That's a good one. Do you think that is a good one? I don't think it's gonna happen. I think, you know what? Damn, I don't think it's gonna happen though. Venezuela got Russia, they got China, and I don't think it's gonna be an actual war. I do think Donald Trump is gonna attack Venezuela. It's gonna be for a couple weeks. Stop. And there's gonna be some deals happening, but I don't think Maduro is gonna be stepping down. I don't think he's gonna Sorry, excuse me.
No, you're
I don't think
fine.
Venezuela is going to be removed. I don't think none of that's going to happen, to be honest.
I absolutely agree. I think that, I mean, it's definitely a sheer possibility, but that would really depend on if, again, battle of the egos, where things go. But
You
as
keep
of
saying
now,
battle of the egos.
yeah, because
mean,
that's
it's
what it
possible.
is.
You're right, though.
Like the people of
Yeah.
Venezuela are not trying to be oppressed.
You're right.
So
You're right.
and
You're
same
right.
thing for America. We're not trying
But
to
I
sit
want to
here.
say it wouldn't be an ego thing unless it's Maduro. Maduro's ego can kind of eclipse
But I think
the people.
Trump is a big ego baby.
He is an ego baby.
So that's why I say.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, battle
you're right.
of the egos.
You're right. You're right. I agree with that 100%. And now that you say that, the economy tanking, I don't think it's gonna happen. I was thinking about it. Look, let me explain why. Let me explain why I don't think it's gonna happen. America's hitting 250 years old. There's going to be a lot of celebration. So a lot of people are going to be buying things, and he's going to push consumerism for American pride.
I like that you say that because we've already low-key touched on this with the Patriot Games, right?
Yeah.
I think the Patriot Games is ultimately a tool that's being used to push consumer spending, almost like a new holiday. So if he can like generate a whole bunch of spending, do a whole bunch of merchandise, you invest in your state, then you're pushing patriotism and nationalism, then...
So I want to reiterate what I'm saying, because what you're saying makes a lot of sense. I kind of want to. It's still what I'm saying, but there's it's going to be like a K-shaped economy. It's going to be, I don't think it's going to tank. I think it's going to remain the same.
Okay.
And I do think like, it may go down a few percentage. Yeah, that's possible. But when I hear tanking, I'm thinking recession. I don't think we're going to be in recession because we're going to be in 250. That's what I think of tanking. But I do think that the rich people are going to get richer, which is going to boost the economy like what we're seeing now. We see the economy boost. GDP went up. Why? Because of rich people making money. We're not getting things. We're not buying imports. And we're still buying things with credit cards and Afterpay.
Exactly.
So the GDP is going to go up. I still think it's going to happen next year because of the 250 year. That's the reason.
I agree with that, but that's why I also say, and I definitely agree with the K-shaped economy, because one thing we have to realize is that this Patriot Games, unless he's going to host like the Olympics, like if we're going to different states or something, like you're not going to draw a whole bunch of GDP to all of one area. So you can't create jobs for a whole bunch of the nation for this one thing. And in reality, like you said, you're going to start having people pulling for like feeding into it, like buying a bus because you have to get your kids over to the competition, making sure that you can eat, getting the food. Like all it is going to be pushing
money.
Exactly. When in reality, what are the people at the bottom really getting?
We're going to go broke.
And at the end of the day,
it's the Hunger Games,
right? Because at the end of the day, the people who are getting sent over still have to pay to get there. They're not getting a free ticket.
Like, well, you never know. We don't know.
All right, that's true. That's true.
Still the Hunger Games.
But come on, yeah, it is. Like at the end of the day,
that's crazy.
It'll probably be at the Capitol now that you say that.
That's true. Yeah, most definitely. So the economy, I don't think it's gonna tank, and you say it will.
Okay, so I have a couple other things about that, right? Because we did mention there's a growing reliance on payment plans, but that's building up debt.
Yeah.
So we're pushing the debt ceiling a little more, but people are buying. So I think there's like this facade of, the GDP is growing, so it's debt.
Is it tanking or not, woman?
I'm thinking it's tanking.
Okay, so we heard it. I say no, she say yes.
Yes.
And
last thing,
it's right.
last.
No, I'm saying, I just wanted to hear your bet.
No, definitely tanking.
We're not betting, by the way.
Right. But 2025, there's estimated for at least up to November, 1.1 million jobs lost.
Yeah, I believe that. So, jobs are still going to be lost. Yeah. No, it's going to be a K-shaped economy.
Exactly.
That's why I say something. Yeah, so most definitely. So it's like we're both right. It's I think it's going to be a reflection of this year, but still tanking. But it's going to be tanking. So yeah, I'll change it. Tanking. It's just tanking.
And because AI, like a lot of jobs are closing because of AI, and the more intelligent that agentic AI like gets, it's going to be even worse, because even now I'm applying for work and I will get like not even HR people responding to me. I'm getting like AI. I'm having conversations. I'm doing interviews with AI.
Jobs are gone. That's crazy. To hear that you did mention that. When you said that, I was like, damn, bro. They don't have an HR person to do this?
Like,
someone in the cabinet will leave. And if you believe this, who? I'm going to go with, damn, there's a lot of names to throw in there. Kristi Noem, Pete Hegseth, Kash Patel, Pam Bondi. Those are the worst ones, to be honest.
I'm gonna tell you, I don't think Trump is going to take anyone down because I think after that whole Elon Musk breakup thing, he's kind of afraid to like say he was wrong about something.
Because look, Powell, he never liked Powell. So
you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, he's not going to go back on his word. He's going to try to keep saying, oh, I like him. But Kash Patel, I think he's going to fuck up so bad that he's going to be forced to be
He is
resigned.
very shitty. Like, he's had multiple botched jobs from the Charlie Kirk fiasco.
And you heard about him, like, with the jacket, not wanting to get off the plane until he got a woman's jacket. Like, he wanted a specific size. They didn't have the size. So then he made them find someone who had a medium, which happened to be a woman.
What was this?
I think that was getting off the plane to the Charlie Kirk event.
What?
Yes. This man didn't want to get off the plane because he didn't have the right size jacket. And he wanted it to look a certain type of way. He had a jacket, but he didn't like the way it looked. So he didn't want to get off the plane until he got one that looked a certain type of way. This is a rumor, allegedly, but this is highly pushed.
Listen, what I would say is like this man, like first of all, we're gonna talk about him anyway.
Yeah.
It's just that this man is terrible. First of all, you botched the Brown University attack. Like,
come on,
literally,
the guy attacked 2 different places.
Like, you needed people's help. Like, the FBI couldn't figure it out. The police can figure it out. That
same
fucking
thing for
sucks.
Charlie Kirk, though.
Right, same thing for
and releasing everything. Making new victims, literally creating victims out of people who were just attending by saying that they were the perpetrator and posting their picture on Twitter. For what? I don't know. They're being investigated.
So we're both saying, I said Charlie Kirk. Kash Patel.
Kash Patel, for
Kash
sure.
Patel's getting out of here. All right. So those were all of our viewers, all of our supporters' predictions. We had a lot more, but those were the ones that most people have mentioned. Thank you for those. We're going to be asking more questions, comments, or concerns in our stories, so be sure to hear that. I actually have a few predictions, and then you're going to show some of your predictions, right?
Yeah.
So these are my predictions we're going to talk about a little bit. So my first one is not that serious, but I don't believe this. I'm saying this enough to make sure it doesn't happen. And it's OKC winning the NBA championship. Okay, they won it last year, and there's a good chance they can win it this year. I think they only lost like 5 games, 3 of which was the Spurs. Wemby is fucking crazy. But other than that, I do think they're gonna win, but I'm hoping that I fuck it up for them by saying it they're gonna win, but so many times.
You're hilarious.
So what do you think? Do you think OKC is gonna win? If not, because you watch a little bit of basketball.
Yeah.
She doesn't watch basketball, but she watched basketball. Like, hold on, I gotta say this. So like, and I do this too. She doesn't watch sports. She'll look at the stats. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes, like, she just want to look at the stats, and sometimes, we'll have some fun. Like, we take some free cash, whatever, have some fun.
Yeah.
But, like, she will only look at the stats. She doesn't look at the game, and at the end, and she only does it at the 4th quarter. But whatever, that's a little thing. Who do you think will win the championship?
Honestly, I'm gonna go with the Spurs. I'm sorry. I know you hate to say it.
No.
I know you hate to hear it, but unfortunately, I'm going with the Spurs heavily.
Babe, you're embarrassing me. People gonna be like, she has no ball knowledge.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, not there, babe.
They've been doing really well.
Yes, this year. Yes, I agree, babe. They I don't have enough ball knowledge to explain why that's not gonna happen.
Get out. Okay, fine. If I have to choose anybody else,
you never know.
Whoever Luka Doncic's team is, I'm going with him.
No, yo,
aw, damn.
Guys, listen, sports lovers, woman, man, they, thems, whoever loves the game of basketball. You wasn't prepared for this. I am sorry for her saying Lakers. I'm
going with Spurs. I watch, and you guys are going to eat your laughter. If you're laughing at home, you're gonna eat that shit.
I'm laughing here.
I'm telling you right now, the Spurs going to the championship, baby, and they taking it home.
Okay, look. Okay, look, next one. Supreme Court will rule for tariffs. So as you know, that the Supreme Court is right now focusing on ruling. They're gonna do it next year in spring. If tariffs are going to be reversed, as if the government has to pay back every country that pays to pay tariffs, or not even country, the businesses that pay tariffs are going to get their money back. A lot of businesses have sued Donald Trump and the DOJ.
Right, I know Costco was one of them.
Right. So I do believe the Supreme Court is going to rule for tariffs. So I don't think that Donald Trump is going to lose this one, only because I don't see them saying yes to this, saying yes, Donald Trump has to give the money and fuck up the economy. It will ruin the economy.
It absolutely would.
So I don't think it's going to happen. I think Donald Trump's going to win this one.
I agree. And it's just so unfortunate because the reality of things is that it's unfair. And even like for businesses who at least for me, I'm a business student. So thinking about this from a business perspective, coming here and creating, like being an entrepreneur in a certain country is already a choice. That's a intentional choice that you're making for a specific reason, whether that be regulations, government, security, what have you. But up until this point, the United States was actually an entity that was seen as somewhat stable, and what's happening right now is making a lot of people really upset and not want to come here for entrepreneurship. If you're not familiar with the term brain drain, it's literally known for a lot of intelligent people leaving one nation to go to another because of better opportunity and better benefits. And that's going to stop happening for America.
Damn, now you got me thinking. Wait, so you think they're gonna reverse the Donald? Also, you think?
No, they're not. But that's why I feel like it's unfortunate, because at the end of the day, they're going to have to eat something that they intentionally chose to be here for a period of time that at that time was great. It's like signing up a contract and then everything goes to shit, but you're locked in already.
I agree 1,000%. Because when I first heard that, I was like, damn, I'm convinced to say that they might rule against it now. But hearing that again and hearing that, like, that's the unfortunate thing, I can see that happening, like, to save the tariffs. My next one, I got two more. My next one is the government shutdown will happen again. I think there's gonna be another government shutdown. I think that the resolution, I can't remember what it's called. But it's a temporary spending bill. I think it's only for a couple months. I think it ends February, March, or even January.
Yeah, I think it might be March.
So yeah, I think it ends, and I don't think AC. Well, that's my next prediction.
Yeah,
but I don't think I think a government shutdown is gonna happen. I think it's gonna be shorter than the last one.
Yeah, for sure.
But I think it's gonna happen
for sure.
And the last one's the ACA is gonna be extended. I think it's gonna be extended after the government shutdown. That's why I say that.
You think so?
Yeah. So look. So you know what? No. I think it's gonna be, I think the shit.
Because here's my thing, right? Like, I just feel like Trump did a lot in pushing. First of all, everyone to believe that the Democrats are the reason for the government shutdown that happened recently. But also to throw in the mix, okay, people stop getting SNAP. Like, he's already throwing in the fact that he's willing.
In the bill, they did say that SNAP benefits are not going to be affected anymore. Right,
but I just mean because all that discrepancy was about ACA initially.
True. Yeah.
So if that's what he was willing to throw in the ring, is people eating.
ACA, though.
So you get what I'm saying? I don't think so.
But the House is fighting for the ACA. Like, I think they've been pushing it. They're in vacation now, so they're not going to vote until January for it. So that's why I think that there's a possibility, but the Senate, I don't think it's going to pass in the Senate. That's why I think the ACA is going to pass after the shutdown, because now the Republicans are going to get blamed. They're like, this is the second time.
Right.
And then Democrats, the way you can say is the Democrats said yes, they reopened the government because they thought the ACA is coming back. It didn't come back, and now we're in a government shutdown. We have to blame you because now we're seeing the aftermath of the ACA.
Terrible.
Right. So now we're experiencing it. Back then we weren't experiencing it. This was what to come. Now it already came. We're fucked.
I agree with that.
So I do think the shutdown is going to happen, and I do think we're going to extend it after the shutdown, but it can change, guys.
It definitely can.
Don't listen to these predictions. That was mine's. Your turn.
Okay. So, some of mine, just in terms of AI, I think that the AI bubble will burst. I think there's just way too much emphasis being put on this one area, and for all of like the environmental strain that comes with it, I think that either like unless they can engineer a better way to continue the research and the growth of AI, it's going to be something that almost cripples.
I listen, a part of me, because I have a bittersweet love with AI, like not love, hate for AI. It's bittersweet. But what I would say is the internet, because when the internet came, did the internet bubble burst?
It did at one point. It didn't really burst, but it did affect the economy. It fucked it up for a little bit. Yes,
you're right. Yeah, you're right.
I think it was like 2001 or 2004.
And I think it took a while for websites to make money from it too.
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree. It's gonna burst.
I definitely think it's gonna burst.
I'm be honest with you, it's gonna suck too. Like we've seen, like the thing is, people need to understand that we've had a trickle of how bad the economy was. It might get worse. Damn. Oh yeah, we already said it.
Exactly.
We said something.
Literally.
Yeah. So it's shit. Hopefully, we're not being pessimistic.
Really not. Just plan for the worst, hope for the best, and do everything you can to make what you want to happen. But other than that, I think that there's gonna be either a growing dependence on AI companionship or more phone-free zones and like a feel and search for genuine like human interaction. So it's either people like seeking this human interaction through AI chatbots or through actual people.
I think it's gonna be a little bit of both. But I think the latter is gonna be more difficult to get into than the AI chatbots because again, we're in this bubble that's increasing and more people are developing these things. So people are gonna be developing these things in niches. So there's gonna be chatbots for specific things that people want to talk to.
I absolutely agree.
So I think more people are gonna be more focused on that than going to these no phone atmospheres. There's gonna be people there.
And it's the accessibility as well.
And it's accessibility as well. That's why more people are getting into it. This is why the chatbots are easy to let someone take themselves away from life. That's because true. Some of these people are vulnerable already.
Exactly.
These chatbots. And guys, you don't understand. Some of these chatbots are catered to you. They're gonna say yes to everything you say.
Exactly.
This is why it's very dangerous. They need regulations, and Donald Trump is trying to destroy that.
Right. It's like you can literally train an AI chatbot to guide you off of the ledge, and not guide you off the ledge back to civility, like
the guide other
you
way.
Guide you where you're not trying to go.
Right.
So I would recommend human interaction. And like I said, if you guys ever want to get something off your chest, want to talk, please hit us up. Our email, newest email is the left signal podcast@gmail.com. And I mean that wholeheartedly. We will respond. But besides that, I have AI and commerce. So shopping assistants are going to become a really big thing, in my opinion. I'm thinking,
1,000.
Yeah, I think it's going to be like, oh, what are you looking for today? Like, you trying to go to the club? Like, I think they're going to literally try to cater to as if they're people.
It's almost like the ATM. When the ATM came, there was less bankers there. So when you went to the ATM, you weren't talking to people. You're already going to there. So I do think that it's going to be more commerce. I think more people are going to be online talking to chatbots to get these things. I think I'll even go as far as we're going to have less cashiers in these facilities, and it's going to be AI running it.
I absolutely agree with that. And
maybe not this year. I mean, next year.
Yeah.
It's going to happen in 5 years.
I agree. In a scary way as well, there is a new form of dynamic pricing, which is the artificial intelligence dynamic pricing. So before, it was based off of, okay, consumer demand. There's a whole bunch of demand. Okay, the price needs to go up so that we can balance everything up. If no one wants it, we lower it. Right? But now you can do this in real time. So the prices can change. So yes, if there are more, what is it called? Like
inflation is
going to go crazy.
It's going to be confusing to try to track.
Exactly. Because you can literally change the price all time. I mean, you could be in the same store as someone else and literally be getting different pricing. You could go to the checkout and have a different price from what you saw when you went to the shelf. That's how quick it's going to be.
Go ahead. Sorry.
I just want to say this so it makes a little bit more sense. So like when you go into like Best Buy or something, they have digital price markers. So not something that's printed out in paper. So what these do is allow them to update the pricing very conveniently all the time whenever they want. So these are going to spread all across the nation, and I'm thinking it's definitely going to feed into that AI dynamic pricing.
The way I see it is like you can actually program it to, okay, like let's say I have an album. If this album sells by 5,000 today, I'm gonna raise the price. It's automatically gonna I don't have to do anything. It's gonna raise the price automatically once I hit 5,000.
Right.
Like that's what's gonna happen.
And that's the thing, because initially I think it was like a hotel started that out, right? What they did is they had a website that whenever you select a room, depending on how many rooms are left, it will start adjusting the price. It made them a lot of money. That's what pushed dynamic pricing in the beginning. What? So now with this artificial intelligence dynamic pricing and the digital price markers, it's going to make it super easy to gyp the customer. And I was even watching a documentary. I know you overheard a little bit, but like places like not necessarily DoorDash, but it can definitely be DoorDash, Uber Eats. But
Instacart.
What is it? Instacart. Yes. Instacart literally gives different people different prices all the time. If you ask them about it or research it, yes, they will act as if this is just like a tool that they're creating to see, what price they should be charging it. They're trying to see literally what the most is you're willing to pay for it all the time. And that's how this AI dynamic pricing is basically going to work. They're
gonna cater to you for you to
exactly based off of you. So if you're the type of person who's an impulsive spender, you're gonna be paying the most.
Let me show you how this is even worse. You just said that. Let me connect it to healthcare. Donald Trump says that he wants to give people the money to pick their own healthcare. Why wouldn't the healthcare system create an AI? And they already use AI.
Right.
They have AI systems to
Right.
determine if they want to give you a certain plan. They say that, the AI can say, this person is too risky. We can deny them. This is why people are
Right.
losing their lives because they're being denied. So if we're having these AIs, and I forgot what you're saying because it's connecting. Like if we having these AIs determine these things
basing off of your impulses, your
Exactly.
behaviors.
So then you're going to be forced to purchase the highest one because that AI is going to be catered to making sure you pay for the highest one.
Right.
And Donald Trump won't care because he's going to make you be like, hey, that's what you chose.
And that's the thing. This has already been incorporated. So it's something that you can definitely, it's called algorithmic AI dynamic pricing. You can definitely go to your attorney generals for your states and advocate for yourself so that this does not become something that spreads like wildfire. That's why I did want to break it up. But
This is crazy.
Yeah, that's definitely a future that we're looking at.
So, I definitely think that AI is gonna burst. I think it's gonna be a lot of faultiness in AI, and it's definitely gonna burst.
Absolutely, I agree.
So those were a few of your predictions. I know you have a few more that we're gonna talk about at the end of this. So we're actually gonna be talking
I think
about.
that was mostly it. Or actually, yeah.
So we actually got to talk about 2025. But before we get to 2025, did you have a 2025 New Year's resolution? Like, I don't know, this like we don't live together.
I know, right? You know I do.
Right. So what was first? That was your 2026 resolution. But I want to know, did you have a 2025 New Year's resolution?
Yeah.
And did you think you succeeded with your 2025? Because I know we talked about this a little bit before. I think like 6 months ago or so.
Right.
So do you think that you succeeded with your New Year's resolution? And what is your New Year's resolution now before we get into the recaps?
Well, I think so. Going into this year, there were two things that I really wanted to work on. That was my credit. One, I wanted to go up, which I achieved. I was happy about that. But two was also, I'm a very impulsive spender. So I have become like the opposite. And I worked at it all year. Yeah, I'm not like that anymore. Like if we have a lump sum come in, I'm like, all right, let's go ahead and start paying this stuff off early. Let me separate this. Like, I have a mindset of how we have to pay things in the order of time so that we can maximize our money at all times rather than just spending on something because, I just thought it would be delicious. Like, I'm going to go get me boba tea or something.
Yeah.
I don't need no damn boba tea.
I would say when we first started dating, you were a lot more impulsive when it comes to spending. And now, I can be described as more of the impulsive one, which is weird because I'm a lot more frugal.
Yeah, you really are though.
But I would say that I'm a lot more impulsive with spending compared to you. You're
that's
a lot
true.
More like,
because I'm just so tight now that it's like you're like you don't have to be this like tight with the money. We could still spend a little bit, but I'm just like, let's stay on our path.
I love it. I love it. And you always said that your goal isn't to have the big house, the big things. You want and that's why this relationship works so well because we both see it. We want a humble lifestyle.
Exactly.
Obviously, we don't want to struggle. Nobody wants to struggle.
Right.
But we want to make sure our means is met without us having too much of an access. We don't want access. We want enough for us to make sure we're living a comfortable lifestyle.
Exactly.
And that's one thing I love about you.
That's what I love about you. Because genuinely, it's just like I feel like it can kind of get exhausting when you're chasing a materialistic lifestyle.
I agree 1,000%.
And it's definitely disingenuous to yourself. You're doing yourself you're not doing yourself any favors. I think there's so many different ways you can invest in yourself and like you take away from it every time.
No, I agree. My New Year's resolution for 2025 was just to give my all into what my craft is. Hunker down and actually take advantage of the time I have and try to get into it. And I really and I said that in January and December 27th. I can say I think I did that. Amassed over 800,000 followers in both social medias. Our YouTube is thriving. You know, we're getting over 3,000 subs now, right? Our listeners and all our platforms. So I can say that trying 100% is proving that I can actually do this, and I'm very humble about this. So I would say yes. I think I'm very successful with my resolution.
I'd agree. I mean, 1,000%. You've always been really consistent, though, but.
Yeah, but this
I
year I
definitely
was
agree.
like,
No.
take it
Yes,
over. Yeah,
you've
bro.
always been consistent, but this year you were definitely like, I have a plan. I have the platform. I'm pushing. I'm going. And you went farther than I think you were even expecting
I
to
agree.
go.
Yeah.
Because I know, like closing in the year last year, you had a certain amount of goal, like a goal.
Yeah, I remember saying that this year I said it with 20,000. I said that I was gonna have at least almost 100,000. I said I was gonna have at least 80,000
Yeah.
because I don't
And
think
I
it was
was like, I
realistic to get
think you're gonna
100.
get way more
Yeah,
than
you did,
that.
and now look at us. We're almost at 500,000. And again, it's because of you guys. Thank you guys so much for this
Yes, thank
opportunity,
you
and
guys
thank
so
you for
much.
you because you're an individual that humbles me, that helps me understand how to do things. You even help me out with my videos at times. So obviously, like,
Ditto.
oh, and then this is why this
Stop
relationship
playing.
works. But yeah, so what's your 2026 New Year's resolution?
So my 2026 New Year's resolution, I'm trying to remember. Okay, my 2026 New Year's resolution is I want to get a new car. Not necessarily has to be new. Okay, I'm fine with certified pre-owned. I just would like a vehicle to travel in.
Listen, she's been talking about this vehicle for months.
I've been talking. No, I've been talking about the vehicle probably before COVID. No, not before COVID. That's a lie. But I've definitely been talking about it since we started dating. Literally, ever since I had my old car, I was talking about getting a new car. I was gonna trade the car in, and it was literally paid off.
For me, I would have to say, to actually be more comfortable with myself on the internet and really like because I've been trying to do that like this year and I had a little hard time with the Unfuck America tour and doing all that.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I'm a very like open individual, but I don't want to be open towards people because obviously you can get hurt and I want to be very careful with people because people talk out their necks a lot. R.I.P. Charlie Kirk. But damn, that was kind of a bar. I don't know if people peep that. But so I'm very enclosed. So I do want to give the opportunity to open up just a little bit. But with that being said, I also have to learn to understand when to close. Cause that's what I'm afraid of. I'm afraid usually when I open up too wide where I'm able to get hurt. And you taught me conditional love. Obviously, there's things that I can and cannot do in this relationship. Obviously, I ain't break none of them shits, by the way. So don't sit here and be like, oh, she had to tell him. People will think that. But yeah, you feel me? You taught me that there's supposed to be conditions with love. And I'm not saying that because
I think we both taught each other that, especially by the grace of bell hooks and how to love. Oh my gosh.
Amazing. But yeah, but obviously you being my partner, you still taught me that because obviously I can be angry, but and I can say anything to you, but seeing who you are and what you've done for me for the last 4 years, there's no way I'm going to disrespect you in these kind of ways for you to want to leave me. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
So, and I love that, and that's why we're together. But I forgot. Oh yeah, but like, so I want to be able to kind of use that for people. Like I'm able to close up when I know I'm being
so
attacked.
Knowing pretty much how wide to open up to people.
Yeah, exactly.
Getting that gauge on there. So, I think that's a bar right there. I think that's beautiful. And honestly, I think like for me, it's probably like an easier line for me to straddle just because I've been forced, like throughout my entire childhood of moving all over the place, I was forced to be in an uncomfortable situation. So it's just like at the end of the day, it's like I could either try and fail or fail to try. But at the end, like, no matter what, life's gonna go on.
You're still trying.
Exactly.
Right, big facts.
And you find your way. So that will definitely come, but I'm excited to see that for you.
Listen, I'm excited. Listen, yeah, you're gonna be here anyway. Stop playing. So new car, opening me. So, I don't know that sounded right. Opening up. Thank you. But actually, let's actually start getting into these months actually because we actually have a lot to talk about. We're first gonna get through January, so obviously there's gonna be like 3 to 4 things that we're gonna bring up from each month, and we're gonna talk about it a little bit. But we want you guys to put in the comments which one did we miss, which one that resonate with you, which one do you guys want to talk about. But these are gonna be like mainly the news, pop culture, and all of that stuff.
Right.
You feel me? Not no Dubai chocolate, what was big on TikTok and stuff like that. The first one I would say is Trump. If this is for January, so Trump inauguration and Elon Musk salute. I had to put those things together because inauguration, bro. Like I remember how I felt when he became president, but it got worse when his inauguration happened. Like so do you remember how your parents felt when Obama won?
Happy as hell.
I was the opposite of that.
It was
the opposite of that.
It really was. It was like waking up and like you're in Gotham
It was
now.
a bad dream. Yes.
Yeah.
Bro, you really thought like, and you know, it's so funny because I specifically remember, and this is more so when he won the presidency on January 1st, more than his inauguration, but I still felt this in his inauguration. But when he won his presidency, and there was like 2 or 3 other states that didn't go finish, but they already gave it to him, I said, nope.
Yes,
we have
literally.
to see.
Yes.
Even the numbers, bro.
Oh
like,
my gosh, the delusion that came with finding out Trump was president, especially comparing it to like the first presidency and wanting to tell yourself like, you know what, he couldn't really do that much the first time. How bad could it be? And then he came out fucking doing everything the first. What? Like he did like 100 executive orders in the first month.
I think it was like 70, close to 100 though. I think it was 100 by the second month. So
Like
right, yeah.
It was ridiculous.
So the next one, the plane and military helicopter collision that I think happened like within the first couple of days.
Yeah. And even the last day of January, I know there was another collision that happened. So it was like 3. There was 3 that happened, I know for sure.
Let me tell you why this made me so upset. So obviously one of the pilots was a woman. And before this collision happened, Donald Trump was big on the DEI, which is going to be one of the things we're going to talk about.
Which got rolled back, of
right,
course.
which got rolled back. Yep. Executive Order 11246. We're going to talk about that later.
Right.
Whatever. So obviously it was a woman pilot, and people were already saying, "Oh, this is DEI. This was DEI because it's a woman." But that helicopter is conducted by 2 people. You need 2 people to run that helicopter,
right?
And you know who the second pilot was?
A male.
You know who he was? He was the instructor. So we're gonna blame the student and not the instructor,
right?
But this is Donald Trump's fault because he's pushing this idea that women can't do this. Even Pete Hegseth, his idea, women can't be in the military. Shut the fuck up.
I'm saying.
Hate that. I'm sorry.
I agree with that. I mean, even I think you're gonna touch on this, but with like trying to ban trans people from the military.
Listen, so yeah,
I'm sorry, I'm jumping the gun.
You're right though. So the next one is rolling back of DEI, which I do think was crazy and was one of the biggest things of January. Him rolling back Executive Order 11246, which actually, and what people need to understand, just say you cannot discriminate against people based on their race, their gender, their religion, like
their class.
Like that's literally it. But people like Charlie Kirk sat here and made you believe that was wrong.
That it was purely on race. They didn't tell you that people with disabilities would be affected.
Like, that DEI literally just makes sure that the job facilities are good.
That they're inclusive.
Like,
for everyone.
Well, we're going to talk about that a lot more. Trust me. And the honorable mention is Trump. Obviously, Trump made the executive order of having the 2 genders on January. And in that same month, he banned transgendered people from joining the army, which, again, makes no fucking sense. And actually, you mentioned how he tried to make it an illness.
Honestly, I could foresee that happening.
Yeah. So, I remember we talked about this. I remember you mentioned it, and I looked it up when you mentioned this. So, apparently, in the executive order, Donald Trump is basically saying that trans people, you did say this, that even if they are going to be based off their gender, even if a trans woman did say that they are a man, they still can't join because it's going to be considered an illness because they have gender dysphoria.
Yes. I remember that. I remember that. It's funny too because when you first mentioned it, I low-key had that thought like, oh yeah, what? They think it's a mental illness. But then you said it, I'm like, yeah, no, that makes sense.
Yeah. So
honestly,
it's just crazy to hear that. So
exactly, and they're doing that intentionally because they want you to A, view it a specific type of way, but B, it's gonna go even deeper than that. It's if you think that it's going to stop with the military, I foresee a lot of other benefits.
Christian nationalism. That's the point. 2026 is going to be a huge year for Christian nationalism.
For sure.
So trans people are going to be the biggest targets, or one of the biggest targets. We've seen multiple big targets here this year.
Yes, and I think that's honestly the reason why bigotry is getting, like, people are getting so comfortable with being bigoted right now.
Easy, bro. So easy. But yeah, that was January recaps. Again, in the comments, let us know. What about you?
All right, for me, February, we're gonna start off with the USAID on pause. So the Trump executive order that he wrote in January came into effect in February. in the way that 10,000 plus veterans got laid off.
So this is for February, by the way, guys. This is February.
Yes.
Okay. No, sorry. Continue, because I have a lot to say. I'm pissed right now.
So 10,000 plus employees furloughed. But other than that, life-saving programs like for HIV, maternal health, even for those who come in for like shelter, who are seeking shelter, all of that was cut, and it just pushed basically like a global humanitarian crisis.
So I was doing some reading, and a lot of my readings were saying exactly what you said. So I'm glad you said these things that I don't have to say it. So I could go straight to saying this. So, right, the USAID is called the United States Agency of International Development. I accidentally wrote the United States Agency for Israel's Development.
I'm crying, but might as well be
USAID.
I know. When I first read it, that's what I was thinking.
Bro, literally, because they want to shut it down for every other country.
But Israel.
But Israel has get the most funding. In fact, the USAID is the world's largest funder for global health aid. So they're very important.
Right.
But the Congress is able to be like, hey, fuck the USAID. Let's not give them funding.
Right.
Let's give it to Israel. Let's give them another $4 billion.
Yes, and I just want to let everyone know that this fueled basically like a crisis internationally for a bunch of different countries. Like, this is not just saying like, oh, you know, this happened in one place, they got cut off. No, as he just mentioned, they are a major contributor to this initiative.
What?
And they just pulled back. And this was literally a part of a fucking scheme to save money for America. They said, we're going to take it from the sick, poor, and needy.
Listen, I think we need to make shirts where it says, shut down USAID, and it says the United States Agency for Development of Israel. Like,
yes.
Yo, first of all, that'd go crazy, but whatever. But no, I think that's crazy. I know you got a few more. I'm babbling.
So the Trump mass firing, this is it. Trump and Elon fire federal agency. So anyone who's basically in their probationary period, and the probationary period is from 1 year to 2 years. So if you just started a federal agency job, you could have just started 2 years ago and you still were on the chopping block. And not only this, but only 1 in 4 of the people who were fired would be able to be rehired. Not for those specific people, but just position wise.
Right. And I was going to mention that the amount of people that had to be rehired because of their stupidity of firing these individuals. And one of the worst firings that has happened was for the when it comes to the weather. When trying to do weather warnings and all that projections, they fired so many people. And when we're going to talk about Texas,
yes,
I think it affected Texas tremendously.
Yes.
Like, he's like, whatever, but I digress. Excuse me.
Yeah. So then we have Zelensky comes to America, and people were making fun of what he was wearing. I know he got into a little spat with JD Vance, and Trump was basically telling him to like just sit there and take it.
First of all, JD Vance out here cosplaying as a Navy. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, if you're out here going to show people that you're part of the Navy and you're exercising with them, show us the video.
Right?
Why are you doing pictures? It's not a
no
photo
cuts.
op. Christy Nome. Mind you, bro, the right wingers, oh, I'm big on macho masculinity.
Right.
Okay, but if I would have done a photo op, I would be considered feminine. Okay, what about JD Vance? He's doing what Christy Nome does when she's holding her rifle. This man is over here, man,
posing with the weights.
Exactly, bro. Let me see the video of you doing it, gang.
I'm saying. And then honorable mention for February is measles outbreak in West Texas, which RFK's fault, but not only this, it's just, first of all, measles, we have the access to get rid of it. Okay. Like, we have vaccines for that. So the fact that there's an outbreak is an issue. Not only that, but not JD Vance, RFK Jr. would later go out to say, oh, just take some cod liver fish oil. Just take some vitamins.
Yo, this is like when COVID came and he was like, bleach. When Trump said, put bleach on you, you're protected. Yo, shut up. I'm sorry. So I think next is March. So
yeah.
For March, I had Obviously the illegal deporting to El Salvador. Kilmar Abrego Garcia is one of the first people I think of. We know March was the month that happened, and what's crazy about this is the judge literally said no one is leaving America. They're not going to El Salvador. They stay here. Donald Trump still sent them after the ruling.
Yes.
Bro.
Oh my God.
Pissed as hell.
And then gets away with it. That was like a string of events of him just getting away with shit.
It.
Yes.
So I don't know, because he has presidential immunity. And this sucks. They need to rule down that stupid ass presidential immunity, bro.
It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
I wish I was president then. I would pimp slap him.
Like,
I thought
come on. And then it's just like we have a felon as our president.
Yeah.
How much farther can we go with this?
So March was very eventful. Eventful. Whatever. This is the first time the Epstein files was released under the Trump administration, and they had all those influencers with the binders, with the Epstein reports, but it ended up being the reports that everyone has gotten already. These were years already released, and people were like, and Pam Bondi, mind you, this same month Pam Bondi was like, oh, the list is in my desk. All of a sudden, the list is in my desk. All of a sudden, no list. Like, get the fuck out of here.
I'm saying, but you know who saw that shit?
Oh, yeah. We know who saw that. He said, don't bring that shit out.
What? Matter of fact, we're going to get into that, but I'm going to let you continue because I'm not going to jump
I got two more. Signalgate, when Pete Hegseth had his wife and a reporter in Signal chat when he did the Yemen bombing.
Oh, my gosh.
And then recently they just said, yeah, if Yemen or anyone who was against America had this, we would have had some military members no longer with us. So, yeah, that's a big call out. You dumbass. And then March, I have to mention this, the two astronauts coming home.
After that long,
I think they've been there for a year.
Trip.
They were supposed to be there for like a couple days. You're in there for a year or so? First of all, if you were up there for a year and I'm waiting, I can't wait. When you come down, it's rated E for everyone.
I want workman's comp, okay?
What?
I want workman's comp. They came aged.
That's so
aged
true. Yes.
like cheese.
That is so. Oh my God, you're right. I'm not gonna lie, her hair was like. But you know what? Being in space and floating,
like I felt
kind of
terrible for them.
I could see your skin drooping.
And that was the thing, is that's why it creates all the wrinkles and stuff, because gravity is not really existent, so it's pulling you all over.
Can't do it. Your turn.
All right. So for April, we start off on a very sour note. Yes. So we have Carmelo Anthony and Austin Metcalf, and the whole debacle between whether or not it was self-defense, because they were in a tent. One guy is trying to get out. The other one's not trying to move. He pulls out a knife.
Well, yeah. One guy was forced someone to try to get out, and he didn't want to leave.
Okay, thank you for correcting me.
No, you good. Yeah, I get what you're saying. But that's, oh my gosh, man. Does this work? Womp, womp, womp. It was supposed to be a womp, womp.
What? But the trial's actually set for 2026.
Yeah, actually June or July.
Yes.
June 1st of 2026. Woo. So we're going to pay attention to that. Obviously, we're hoping that, thank you. We're hoping that Carmelo wins this trial.
Right.
We're on his side. Self-defense is real in Florida. And when I think of Carmelo Anthony, I automatically think of I can't remember his name, and I just had it, Trayvon Martin. I automatically think that, bro. Like, if Trayvon Martin was able to not lose his life and get the actual he would have been in
perpetrator,
the same fucking predicament
for sure. Mind you, having literally a man on the phone trying to let the police know he's following someone,
bro, it's super sad. So we're on your we're on your side, Carmelo. We're gonna keep track, and we hope you win this.
And then moving from there, we have Trump pauses tariffs. So similar to the government shutdown, he is employing an isolating and pressuring activity to China.
Yeah, I think he did that Liberation Day. that failed. Then Liberation Day, and after Liberation Day failed, he says, we're gonna do a 90-day signing spree. I'm gonna get 90 deals in 90 days, so I'm gonna pause it for 90 days.
Right.
You didn't get 90 motherfucking deals.
Exactly. And not only that, it's just like, it's so funny to see that the Republicans really try to push the idea that it was the Democrats' fault for this shutdown, but we're seeing the same tactic used in April being used in December.
It's not working, guys.
Exactly. I mean, in the last case, it low-key did. But
I would say that.
But not only that though, insider trading was promoted. So
insider trading was a motherfucker.
Yes, he had all his cronies, all his best buds.
He made so much money, bro. They made so much money
bragging
this year.
About this. Mind you, this was not like, just swept under the rug. They were on the news, got everybody in the Oval Office, all his friends, we're making all this money.
This is MGT.
All this insider trading,
Stacks
bro.
of bread.
But other than that, in April, we also had the privilege of going to College Town, Texas, and we were able to debate Charlie Kirk, talk to TPUSA.
Yo, that was one of a huge highlight for us. One thing I do have to say that I wish you had the opportunity to debate Charlie Kirk. I think
yeah, I agree. I feel like I just wanted to prepare because I saw you did your due diligence to really have a really good conversation.
I respect that.
And for me, I just for one, I wanted to actually like grill his ass and get him good. I didn't want it to be like a one question and done type of thing. Like I would want to be on that same level of I'm here for a good time.
Right. I know exactly what we want to talk about.
Right.
No, I think we would have had that, but you were able to talk to his cronies. You was able to talk to his
for
minions,
sure. They couldn't use any of the footage. To this day, haven't used any of the footage.
Listen, they have not used any of the footage they have of her during her interview with TPSA, TP Toilet Paper USA. Right? Damn.
Yeah, for real.
Right. But I honestly, I really enjoyed having this debate. First of all, he's really fake. He's not very genuine in his conversation, and I already proved that my intelligence is far more higher than his. Oh, you're talking about a person who's no longer with us. I can still say it. Alive, not alive. I would have done it anyways.
Right.
So yeah, but it did give me opportunity. It did help more people to see who I am and help see my work. So I do appreciate that. But other than that, we move on.
So for my honorable mentions of April, Trump wants Veterans Month instead of the Pride Month. And I just thought this was interesting because 2 months prior, he literally furloughed a bunch of veterans. So it was just like...
Yo, and so funny because in his first term, in his first run of presidency, I remember they were like, "Are you gonna allow Caitlin Clark to go in the women's restroom?" He's like, "Why not? She's a woman." Like now, different tune. Shut the fuck up. Gets me hot.
Who do you think is still supporting him? Caitlyn.
Yeah, you're right.
Like,
she's gonna be like, "That's my man."
Like,
embarrassing. For May, we're in May right now. Tyree Nichols, the people that took the life of Tyree Nichols, they were acquitted in state charges in May. They were guilty with the Fed court, but when it came to the state court, they was acquitted. In the same day, there was another gentleman that had revenge on the police officers and had a trial there, and there's a picture of him being stared down by these police officers. It's a black man, and you can see like a row of police officers staring him down, trying to intimidate him. This man is going to be in jail for I don't know how long.
Right.
And he's going to be around you guys. And doing that, I already know what he's going to have to suffer there.
Right.
Fuck you niggas, bro.
Literally.
So that was a big thing that happened in May, especially in the black community. I think a lot of people were talking about that. But there may be a new trial for Tyree Nichols. I do want to say that. They are talking about having a new trial, so we don't know yet. They're still talking about that, so we're hoping. The black woman statue in New York City. Remember that? A lot of people were talking about it.
Yes, people talking mad shit about this statue because it looked like an average black woman.
An average black woman, bro. They were complaining because it looked like they were trying to say, why couldn't she look prettier, as if she didn't? You know what she reminded me of? Breonna Taylor.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? I kind of I've seen a small resemblance
Right.
of Breonna Taylor there, bro.
And I think it really came because no one educated themselves before making the statements, because the artist, the person who actually made the sculpture, is black.
Right, and picks and he chooses people who are not seen. That was the whole point of the art.
Now you see how they're treated. The ones who aren't seen.
Unfortunately, that's considered poetic justice. Like, attacking these people. So some of these people look like your mamas, your sisters, your aunties, your grandmothers. But you're talking shit. I was disgusted on that.
I agree.
The next one, Tory Lane's website. Remember 36hourslater.com?
Oh my gosh.
When it's supposed to prove his damn innocence?
And he's reusing evidence.
Oh my gosh, it went nowhere.
Literally.
Yo, hilarious. Until this day, every time I hear about this man, I start to laugh. I'm like, bro, this was like 2017. Get over it. Like you're in jail. 2021, I don't know.
Right.
Get over it.
Literally.
Like you're in
you
jail,
said 2017. Bro. I don't even think Meg was
right,
out yet.
Yeah, you're right. And I got honorable mention Sinners coming out.
Ooh, that was a good one.
Great movie. I love that movie a
great
lot,
movie.
man. We need to watch that again. We watched it, I think, once, and we wanted to watch it again. But obviously it was in theaters, bro. And then we have to buy it from other places. Well, we would do
I think we can watch it for free now. I honestly think they're on Netflix or Prime or something. Yeah.
Make it free. Yeah, but that was my May.
Okay, say less. So for June, the big, beautiful breakup. Elon and Donald Trump separate. All of the tweets thrown back and forth.
He's in the Epstein file. Yo, we already knew that.
But come to find out, as if we didn't already know, Trump is in the Epstein files. So it just begs the question, because now Elon Musk is like back in Trump's good graces. I think like
he deleted it.
Yes, and not only that, I think there was a period of time where Elon Musk and Trump, like, they were in the same room, and I think Trump was trying to make like a dig at Elon Musk, and Elon Musk just sat there and fucking took it.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. I definitely wonder how I definitely do think that Elon Musk lost some of his privileges coming back. I think he had like a wide range of privileges. Yeah. And after what he did, they were like, yo, fuck out of here. There's some privileges we gotta remove.
Look at Doge.
Those sucked. Those did horrible from beginning to end. He don't even claim it anymore.
Exactly. I mean, that was swept under the rug too. And they quietly dismantled themselves.
Right. And nobody else wants to talk about that.
Right.
What happened?
But other than that, we also had the No Kings protest, which I just wanted to mention because I really enjoyed being able to see so many different people from all sides of the picket fence coming together against a dictator and showing that America is not going to sit here and lie down and take it. We're going to stand up for the shit that we believe in.
Right. And it was mad passionate being there.
It was.
Being surrounded by like-minded people. And you know what? A lot of people, we always disagree in things, but this is one of the times where there was different people that disagree in things, but we all agree on one thing. We don't want Trump.
Exactly.
And people are trying to say and be like, oh, it didn't mean anything. It means everything when it comes to the president. This is part of history now. People know that we didn't want Trump here. That's history.
Right.
Motherfuckers.
And then we also have the Israel conflict. So Iran sided with Palestine.
And in that commotion, I think they even got bombed.
So what they ended up doing is they gave weapons and things to Hezbollah in Lebanon. And then they gave stuff to Hamas in Gaza. But in that whole thing, because I know you mentioned it earlier, Israel came after them by dropping bombs, and they ended up killing like 3 of their senior military leaders. And
they attacked them.
Yes, that started a whole thing.
Honestly, I know this weekend, the day this episode drops, they're actually going to, Netanyahu and Donald Trump is going to meet up to try to do something with Iran again. Because the last bombing didn't do anything. Stupid motherfuckers. Told you so. And then Donald Trump sister was like, yeah, everything is gone. We have to worry for years. Nigga, it's been 6 months and now you're talking about it again.
Give it up.
Give it up.
Give it up. But honorable mentions do go to the Trump parade because it was such a flop. It was such a flop.
Yo.
Like,
I think a couple months after China had their parade, and he was talking about it. He was like, it was good. They knew I was watching.
Yes, as if they did the whole parade they do all the time,
like
just because he was looking.
Get the fuck out of here!
And look at all the support he got anyway. If that was the case, all the support he was able to muster up should say something.
Right? Exactly.
Trump could never.
I seen it way different than what we had. So I'm assuming we're doing July now.
Yes.
So the first one I have is the One Big Beautiful Bill passing. Again, one of the biggest things that happened this year. The One Big Beautiful Bill. This thing passed before the ACA had a time to extend.
It's true.
These niggas are so dumb. Next I have.
They didn't even read into it.
Exactly. They didn't even read into it. They had to have a day where someone sat there and read it to them. First of all, I think it was like 70 or 100 pages. It was a lot of pages. I wouldn't read that shit. But if I was part of Congress,
then you gonna read that shit.
Read that motherfucker. I'm not part of Congress. Epstein birthday card. So apparently, Texas. Oh yeah. So Epstein birthday card. So this is when the New York Times made an expose that Donald Trump was on Epstein's birthday card, and he made the figure of the woman and wrote a something poetic to his.
Why does that seem like that was just yesterday?
Bro, no, because what happened was that they recently released the actual birthday card. So July they mentioned it, and that's when he was like, "I'm suing y'all motherfuckers." This is when he was like, "I'm getting like a billion." I don't know. He was suing
oh my gosh,
money.
yes,
right,
suing himself.
No, that was another one.
Okay,
that was the DOJ that happened a couple months after that. But this one, he was trying to sue the New York Times, and we don't hear nothing about it now. And we've just seen that his name is on that.
Oh my
and his
gosh.
name is supposed to be the hair of the private part, like
pubic hair,
right? And then the Texas flood, which we mentioned how Donald Trump removing people who are important when it comes to the weather industry,
right?
And trying to warn people. The Texas flood, that camp that we lost so many little girls there, so many counselors.
Yes, R.I.P. to them.
Yes, and then recently, that same camp is trying to reopen in the middle of a lawsuit that they have.
Yeah, no.
Listen, parents of Texas.
Who the fuck is trying to go? Who's sending the kids there?
That is my PSA to you guys right now.
Who is keeping them in business?
Like, that's ridiculous. But that was like all the big things in July. It was the flood, Epstein's birthday card, and the One Big Beautiful Bill, which is one of the biggest things that happened this summer.
Okay, so for August, we have Texas and California redistricting, which we know Texas was a no until recently has become a yes, unfortunately. And we have California, who is redistricting as well.
Yo, first of all, that was part of the big wave that happened in November.
Right.
Yo, amazing thing what California did. Gavin Newsom, obviously there's some things that I disagree with that he has, but I do agree with doing this, fight fire with fire. I'm not a Democrat, but if I was a Democrat, that's the first thing I would have done.
I agree.
So California was smart. Texas, you bitch.
What?
They got the up and up. I don't know how. Like, they lost it and then they got it again.
I'm saying.
Like, someone needs to sue them again, bro. Like, get the fuck out of here.
I am saying. And then we have, so there was a mass shooting at a church. There was a back to school mass taking place at a Catholic church. And we lost 8-year-old Fletcher Merkel and 10-year-old Harper Mioski. And 21 others were injured, 3 children, 18 adults. So with this being said, it's just going to show how there was a mass like transphobic panic because people were trying to say that a lot of the mass shootings that were happening were by transgender shooters.
Which was a lie. Which was a complete lie.
I mean, even with Charlie Kirk's death, the shooter wasn't trans.
Right.
So it was just like, and then they were pushing so many different other things to try to create something, create angst.
Like, so I remember someone says that if it's someone that's not a white man, it's because of their ideology. If it's a white man, mental health.
Yes. That was me.
Oh yeah. Look at you. But yeah, that's what's crazy, bro. Like, get the fuck out of here.
I agree. It's very exhausting, but it's a very telling tale. Like, was it Kyle Rittenhouse who went to fucking McDonald's or Burger King before he even went to jail? I know one of them has pictures with the fucking food.
So, bro.
Like, after shooting up a school, you're gonna take him to go get some food?
Bro, that was a church. That was a straight white man. But that's mental health. The one that happened in August, that was because they were trans. They had a and whatever. I hate these motherfuckers, bro.
I'm saying. And then we have the woman who was stabbed on the train, and that brought a whole bunch more angst because, and mind you, all these things happening, oh my gosh, in close proximity to each other, terribly not the best.
I was working overtime that month.
Oh my gosh, yes. Because everybody and their mom, like, especially for the pages who like to be on live on TikTok all day, just like debating their bullshit, bigoted opinions. They were running that shit through them. Yes. Yes. And then to say, right, the one incident, but I think they were also trying to say, oh, because he had priors or whatever. But it's just like, you can't hold somebody for life because they're doing petty theft.
Right?
I don't know what you want from that.
So one of those things was, because people be like, well, that's not the first person they attacked. They attacked the person before. His sister, who dropped the charges.
Right.
Because she said he has a mental health problem.
Right. So if we put a focus into mental health and this homeless issue, perhaps that wouldn't be a thing, because even then there are people, I'm not going to say that there aren't civilians, American civilians, who are not committing crimes to get into jail so they have a place to live and food to eat. I feel like there should be other options than having to incarcerate yourself in order to afford to live. That's crazy.
No, it's ridiculous, but I'm glad that was one of the things that you mentioned, because that was a big thing.
Yeah, for sure. But that wraps up August.
September. And I remember the date here. I remember September 2nd. The bombing of cartels. That was the starting of, right now, he bombed over 20 cartel boats. Over 100 people lost their lives. We don't know who they are.
Right. Evidence destroyed.
Mind you, what's crazy is September 2nd was the first bombing, right? Then a couple bombings later, 2 people survived. And then he sent them back to their home country, goes to jail. But then we recently found out the first bombing, they killed everyone, including the ones that were not doing anything. They bombed it. They were in the water. By Geneva rules, you're not supposed to attack people who are no longer a threat. And they still did it. You dumb motherfuckers. We know what you did. Like, show us.
And this is all overt is the thing too. It's not, none of this is like being pushed under the rug. It's like stuff that's definitely being talked about. And we're seeing it on the news, but are not being addressed.
Kid, it's getting ridiculous. Then we have the Israel and Hamas deal that Donald Trump, quote unquote, created, which is terrible.
We talked about this on one of our episodes, and we were not fucking wrong. Our predictions for this were absolutely fucking on the nail.
And that's what pisses me off.
Yes, like that shit was so performative. And he was literally using that as, I think that's what he used to get out of the fucking Epstein shit. Pushing that so heavy to keep people off the Epstein fucking files. Because I kid you not, the fucking deal did nothing. But Republicans were up and down again on live.
Eight wars. We solved 8 wars. Shut up. No, you didn't. Like, what the hell? The autism, Tylenol causes autism.
And we also talked about this on another podcast.
Anti-intellectualism.
Yes, with the anti-vaxxers. And again, this is why we had an outbreak of measles in West Texas, because people are not doing their due diligence for this research. Yes, red.
Bro, yeah. And the reason why Tylenol is being focused is because so far that is the only prescription that pregnant women can use for pain. So if that's the only thing you can look at, that's the only thing that can be scrutinized.
Right. But it's not even just that, because the thing that really pisses me off is that Donald Trump, he is so stupid. He literally said stupid. Like, this man really fucking said that he's never seen an older person with autism. Okay.
No, he said, I never seen an older person with full-blown autism. As if it's like, it can explode in your body.
Like, sir, when you were a kid, special needs children were being shipped off to facilities. And then now you're not with the general public.
Right.
So
and if you've never seen a grown person with autism, that would mean people grow out of autism.
Right.
So
what is the threat? But not even that. It's just like, so, but I feel like he's trying to push us as if autism is some new thing, as if like there aren't people who've already had autism, and that's the shit that's getting me.
Bro, yeah, when he talked about the people with the hats and live not in the woods, but in the farms and shit. He was talking about those people are less likely to have autism, but they're just less likely to be screened for autism.
What?
The Amish? There we go.
Oh, what?
Amish.
No. First of all, well, the last thing, absolutely not. Listen, no offense, okay? No offense, but when you get married to a lineage of some form of your cousins multiple times and your community is only reduced to a state, I mean, how many generations do you think you can have?
We gotta see this or that.
No. I watched way too many documentaries. I seen way too much, I'm sorry, reality TV.
No, that's reality TV.
No, absolutely not. There are literally people who are in these communities. I'm not even fucking kidding you. In the FDLS and in the Amish communities, they have literal scientists and doctors who control genetics to make
Amish
sure. Yes. Not all of them.
Okay.
Not all of them. Don't be calling them incels and things. Like, don't be. I'm not saying that. I am not doing that. I'm just saying, if anybody was at risk for a few genetic problems, they are definitely the group.
You're funny. And my honorable mention, as we continue, is Jimmy Kimmel, ABC took his show down.
The only thing America's had a backbone for. Like, a white man loses his job.
Bro. Yo, they said, yank, we take that. And I think what happened was, obviously, Charlie Kirk lost his life a couple months after.
Right.
A couple months before. And they found who did it. And he was like, the right was wrong, you dummies. And then they were like, take him down.
Right.
Bro,
and saying he criticized Trump, but he really didn't criticize Trump.
Not one time. But that was September. They're dumbasses. I don't know why I took it down. Do I watch it? I was watching it when they took it down. Y'all dumb. Y'all made me start watching it.
Like, literally.
Y'all tell me don't get the cookie. I'm gonna get the cookie.
Dead ass. It reverse psychology for sure worked. It works. But October, we had the Chicago raids, which were infamous for their excessive force, pulling, even children out into the middle of the night.
In that apartment, bro. Fuck them.
Right? And honestly, a lot of it was for what they deemed to be criminal, illegal immigrants, but they weren't criminals.
Yo, they said that the Tren de Aragua, I'm pretty sure, was supposed to be massively there, and I think they only caught 3 members.
Yeah, they were supposed to be looking for a gang, and I don't even think they found the gang.
No, bro.
Like,
and they took kids out, adults, elderly.
And I know there was a few stories, at least online, of like, especially in Chicago for like these night raids. At least one of them, they pulled kids out and they were naked, and they had
to put clothes on them.
Right.
Bro.
Okay.
Disgusting, bro.
Then we have, I don't know why I have Israel and Hamas peace deal as well. So we're gonna go past that.
Something must have happened in October. What we do know, speaking to a little bit about that, is Israel has never stopped the ceasefire and they've been attacking.
Exactly.
So more than likely they attacked in October.
For sure. National Guard in Memphis. And this is after DC, I believe.
Yeah. Yes, I remember that too.
Yeah.
Which doesn't make any sense. A lot of people think that the National Guard is really changing something. First of all, I heard in Memphis that they're only in like the downtown. They're not even in neighborhoods.
Right. And Memphis was fighting it for a while.
Yeah.
So it's just like, for one, you're sending people who don't really need to be there.
Crime rate's already going down. It was going down since 2022 or 2023.
And the city doesn't even want you there. That's one thing. If the people who are supposed to need the help are not even wanting the help, what are you doing? Like, why are you pushing that?
But over, right?
I'm saying. And then the honorable mentions for October is the Trump Ballroom. So him
You're paying
taking
for
down
it.
what? Him taking down a side of the White House.
East Wing, yes. And he said it was going to cost $200. Now it's $300, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be $400. In fact, the person who was running it, who was going to make it, got fired. He's not fired. He got demoted, and he hired someone else because he was like, the guy was like, I can't build this. It's too big. And he was like, no, bigger is better.
Yeah, move that shit out onto the lawn.
Bro, so it's ridiculous, and especially during the government shutdown, because I think September the government shutdown was going on during there too. That's when the government shutdown happened. It was September, so that's crazy. December, Jasmine Crockett announced her Senate race. People went crazy on that in the internet, and that's when it was proven that the support of Israel was a litmus test for how much they'll support you. If you are a black woman, that is going to be the ruler that we're going to measure you by.
Yeah.
Everyone else, no. You know what? I think his name is Turkalora. I fucked up.
Turkalora.
It's not. It's
Okay,
Tellerico.
yeah. Yes,
Tellerico.
Tellerico? Or is it Tellerico? Because I feel like it's Telrico.
So Tellerico, right? That's what I said.
Tellerico? Tellerico?
Tellerico?
Okay.
Tellerico.
What's going on with him? No one wants to admit that he's a Zionist.
I'm sorry for botching your name. The thing is, I haven't seen his debates, and I haven't, like, you feel me? I just read his name, and I heard it once, and I said it properly, but I haven't spoke about him that much. Okay. But what I do want to say is that he has yet to ask, and I could be wrong, if Israel has the right to become an ethno state or has the right to exist, and that's to determine if he supports Israel as what it is as of right now. Like, you can say I condemn Israel. Jasmine Crockett, actually, honestly, she never condemns Israel. She's a Zionist. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah.
I love my black woman. You feel me? I love my black women. Excuse me, my black women. My black woman. I love my black woman. Right. I love my black women, but I call a spade a spade. You feel me? I do support her. I do think she's for the best for Texas.
I agree.
But if you are Congress in America, you're a Zionist automatically. That's
right.
what I think. Like, she's not a Zionist. Congress itself is Zionist.
And that's my thing too, is that it's so hard, even for the definition of a Zionist, it's almost unfair to have that type of thing, and that's what you're basing whether or not you're going to support someone off of, because you're literally saying, are you an extremist who's willing to say Israel doesn't deserve to exist, or are you someone who wants to be politically correct, pussyfoot around it, and say that they did?
Right, you got to be one or the other.
Right.
You're right. Next is the Brown shooting and the Bondi shooting happening the same day in December. That was very crazy, and it was kind of sad. Obviously, the Bondi shooting was in Sydney, Australia. 15 people lost their lives. Over 20 people were injured. There was two attackers. Both of them were part of the Islamic State terrorist group. But obviously, 2 people lost their lives trying to stop it, and then one Muslim man stopped an individual.
Right, when everyone was trying to blame the shooter to be Muslim initially. Exactly. And how the tables turn when you actually learn what actually happened.
And he deserves all the praise, bro. People keep attacking, and you need to understand is that Muslim people are not the problem.
Right.
The terrorist group is the problem.
Exactly.
That's like me saying, oh, that white people are white supremacists. White people are part of the KKK.
Or Christianity is a part of the problem. I mean, how many people lost their lives? Native Americans lost their country to Christianity.
Right, exactly. So if we're gonna point the finger at a group, come on, let's point it at the right group then.
I'm saying,
right? But all that's gonna be wrong in itself, right? But and the Brown shooting, a lot of people said that was supposed to be a Muslim.
Is this your month or
mine? My month?
No.
You just did. What
no, I didn't. I didn't do. What are you talking about? The last month I did was October. So December is mine.
You guys, we were supposed to, and I did December. November. What can I remember? We had Thanksgiving, right?
You're Black hilarious. Friday. You skipped November. Black Friday. I just want to say was pretty poppin', but it wasn't as poppin' as you think. It was a lot of people depending on like Klarna and pay later apps.
And then they were buying online mostly too.
Exactly. Not a lot of people were trying to come in.
Right. And then we know flights was being delayed because of the rainstorm. And that's another problem that we had.
Yeah.
We didn't have snowstorms. We had rainstorms, which shows that climate change is a big problem.
Right.
Because and then they even said this was the hottest like Christmas we ever had.
And we felt it. We went to the beach.
We went to the beach for Christmas.
I was in the water.
Like, paddle. But that's what I remember. November. December, take it away.
All right. So
I mentioned a few things.
We went through the Bonnie shooting, Brown University shooting, and the perpetrator was able to go to a whole other fucking state.
He killed the MIT, I think in Manhattan.
New York.
I could be wrong.
No, I think you're right.
Right.
I'm pretty sure you're right. So
that was, or was it Boston?
It could have been either of those.
No.
It was New York or Boston, but I'm pretty sure it's New
I
York.
think it was New York because I think he was in Boston first. Then he went to New York.
He was all over the fucking place, and Kash Patel couldn't get his shit together.
Yeah,
Kash Patel is flying his girlfriend out and going to her concerts. 15% of her concerts.
Like, bro, literally the only reason why we know who he was because of a Reddit post, bro. An anonymous tipster guy.
Like,
you suck.
You do suck. But other than that, the Oklahoma college scandal.
You know, I recently found out that it took her 30 minutes to make that fucking paper, that atrocity of a paper that I couldn't finish because there was too many eyes in a paper that's not supposed to be based on you. Well, she did say opinionated, but obviously in the paper she also said facts for research. But shit, that was terrible. She sucked.
She did suck. Honestly, I just think that's embarrassing. And I said it from the jump. I just felt like with that whole scenario, even in the beginning, that this had to be something that was done intentionally. I didn't feel like, oh, this is just so happens that she has a trans teacher's assistant or professor, what have you, and she chooses to make an essay like this. I think that already was very intentional so that however shitty it could be, she could lean on, oh, well, you're just doing this because I'm talking shit about trans people. I think that's all it was. And lo and behold, we come and find out that her mom has to do with, I think it was TPUSA or something. Yeah. But I think she's worked with TPUSA or something like that.
She got I know she got the professor fired.
Yeah.
That was recent, which is bullshit.
Exactly. But Oklahoma is a very red state.
It was very
Their education is ranked one of the worst. I remember I did a video on it. Even for K through 12, they're terrible. Like the person who's over their school zones alone, he's off one. So I'm just saying, like, Oklahoma never had a fucking chance.
Oh my God. Womp, womp, womp. Watch how
you gotta play that 30 seconds in advance.
Yeah. It still hasn't popped up by the way. But yeah, no, honestly, I don't want to talk about Oklahoma. Oklahoma pisses me off. Oklahoma, University of Oklahoma. I was gonna say the name. There we go. But yeah, no, and you know what's crazy? We're still in December. There's a lot to get ready for. 2026 is gonna be something that I'm really excited for. We talked about our predictions. We know there's gonna be a lot more things. This is the beginning. This was our first episode
back, but in general with our rebrand, our rebirth. Phoenix.
Okay. All right, no, I'm joking.
Get the fuck out.
But I really enjoyed this episode. I appreciate having you as a partner. I appreciate you having me as a co-host.
I'm so excited to get into like our reset for the new year, and especially, I mean, for you, it's kind of hard. But I really enjoyed my birthday this year because I looked at it as my own reset for a new year because I'd only been alive for that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I wasn't born in a business year. I was born in my own customized timeline. So I feel like for you, it's a little bit harder to do like a reset for your birthday because we already had New Year's. So that is like you were kind of technically born in a business year. But you know, nonetheless, we're definitely going to have a lot of fun.
No, I agree. I think we have some bigger and better things. I'm excited for this podcast. I know what we're gonna have in store. It's gonna be great. We're gonna just do this week by week. We're gonna stay consistent, and our goal is to really do something for the community. Our goal is not to be no podcasters. Our goal is just to preach the word. You know what I'm saying? Get more people to fall in line on our understanding and kind of hear it out at least. You know what I'm saying? Not fall
I
in line.
absolutely agree with that.
It's not kind of crazy when I say fall in line.
You're
But like get
hilarious.
to hear what we have to say and actually critique what we have to say.
And we're very interested in hearing what you guys have to say. Like, I couldn't push this enough. Please email us, hit our line. Like, genuinely, we want your opinion. We want to know what you guys are thinking.
Right.
Because we're doing this for you.
Right.
Like,
we're also part of a grassroots organization called the Nation of Black Liberation, guys. If you want to join that organization, if you're a black individual want to join that organization, all you have to do is click that link in the bio and fill out that interest form, and you can join the Nation of Black Liberation. If you're not black and you still want to join the Nation of Black Liberation, you can actually join our Discord. We actually have the link out down here. Check out the link or you can look in the link in our bio, or you can also follow us at Left Signal Podcast on all platforms. You'll be able to find the link there and actually join the Discord and be with people like-minded. We do appreciate you guys being here. Do you have any last words, my love?
yes, I would say just make sure you hit that like button, not the dislike button, the like button, and go ahead and subscribe. Make sure you comment and let us know what you're thinking. Let us know what your predictions are for the future. If you disagree or agree with anything, if you've been here for this long, truly thank you so much for listening. And honestly, with that, I wish you the best New Year's. I think our next podcast is going to be, we actually come back into the new year.
Excited.
But we have so many things planned, like especially with this rebrand and just where we want things to go. So definitely please stay tuned.
Yeah, I'm excited, and thank you for listening. If you're listening as well, we're in all the platforms except Spotify. Fuck you. Other than that, thank you for watching and thank you for locking in. Peace.